are you all? I hope all of you are fine. Okay. Myself, Mrs. Raksha Pawar. Today I am going to teach you geography. Today we are going to learn the lesson importance of oceans. Okay. Let us begin with the thought of the day. Nature is our friend. This is our thought of the day. Like our friends help us in various ways, nature is also helping us in many different ways. We are getting many things from nature. So nature is called as our friend, and we should protect the nature as we protect our friends. See here, students. We know that in our solar system, various planets are there. And we are living on the Earth. See, this is our planet, the Earth. You can observe that the picture, the color of Earth is blue, and Earth is said to be a blue planet. Why is it so? Why we call the Earth as a blue planet? See, let us find the reason behind it. Earth, the blue planet. The Earth is covered with water and land. We know that. The Earth is fully covered with water as well as land. But there is more water than land on the Earth. Means the Earth is having more water than the land. In fact, the Earth is called the blue planet because of the water only. Because the water is present in large quantity on the Earth, that's why the Earth is called as blue planet. Here you can see, you can observe the Earth that blue color portion is the water which is present on the Earth. So we can observe that the water is present in the maximum proportion than the land. That's why the Earth is called as blue planet. Now we know that Earth is having more water than the land. Now we are going to see the proportion of water and land on the Earth. There is 71% water present on the Earth and 29% land present on the Earth. See the proportion. The Earth is having 71% of water and 29% of land. Okay. Now we will move towards next part, that is the atmosphere. In previous standard, we have the knowledge about atmosphere. We have learned about atmosphere. There are different layers of atmosphere which is present around us. For example, lithosphere and hydrosphere. You know that the lithosphere is the layer which contains the soil, means the land. It is called lithosphere. The layer of atmosphere which is having land or soil, it is called lithosphere. And what about hydrosphere? Hydrosphere is the layer of atmosphere which contains water. So today we are going to focus on the hydrosphere. See, the hydrosphere is the layer which includes all the water bodies which is present on the Earth. We already know that the water is present in maximum proportion on the Earth than the land. See here, which are the different water bodies that exist on the Earth? Different types of oceans, different types of seas, different types of rivers and their tributaries, lakes, reservoirs, and groundwater also. All these water bodies are included in the hydrosphere. These water bodies together forms a layer, and that is called as hydrosphere, which is made up of water. See here in this picture, you can see the ocean. Now, we know that the maximum proportion is of water than the land, but all the water which is available on the earth, that is global water, we can say. Global water means what? The total water which is available on the earth. From that total global water, 97.7% is contained in ocean. See, this is the important point. Means we have too much water on the earth, but of that all the water, total water, 97.7% is contained in the ocean. Means the 97.7% of water is salty water. That is the water we found in oceans. This is the important point. We have to remember it. Now we will move towards our next point, that is oceans on the earth. Now see what is the which are the different oceans on the earth, and we are going to see what is the area covered by the all different oceans, and which is the biggest ocean, how much area does it cover on the earth. All these points we are going to see. See, these are the different oceans on the earth. First one is Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. These are the oceans which are present on our earth. And these oceans are the important part of our hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means what? Hydrosphere means the layer of our atmosphere which contains water. Now see, this is a map, and on this map you can see the 7 continents and the 5 oceans. Okay. Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, which has covered the maximum part of the earth, is the biggest ocean. Okay. See here, we will see the areas of all these oceans in square kilometer. It is given in square kilometer. The Pacific Ocean has 2,40,977 square kilometer area. Means this much portion the ocean has covered on the earth. So it is the biggest ocean on the earth. Then the next is Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean is having 8,65,57,402 square kilometer area. Then next is Indian Ocean. The area of Indian Ocean is 7,34,26,163 square kilometer. Then the Southern Ocean. What is the area of Southern Ocean? 2,03,27,000. Then last one is Arctic Ocean. That is, the area of Arctic Ocean is 1,32,24,479. So if you will observe these figures, you will come to know that the biggest ocean is Pacific Ocean and the smallest ocean is Arctic Ocean. Now, we know that on our Earth, we can find different types of animals. Means the living world that is exist on the Earth has lots of diversity. Diversity means the different types of animals present over the Earth. They are living on the Earth. Likewise, same thing happen in the water also. The living world exists in the water also. All the living things which are present in the water, that is, which are living in the water, are together form a living world in the water. We can say the living world in the hydrosphere. See, if you will observe this picture, you can see lots of creatures are there. From a tiny insect, planktons. Planktons means a tiny creature which we found in the water. To the blue whale, that is the biggest creature in the world. Means all the animals are having different sizes, different shapes. So we can say that there is also a diversity in the living world which is present inside the water. Same as the diversity we see on the land. See, now here we are going to perform one activity. Not actually, but we will assume that we are going to perform this. See, if I will distribute all of you in two teams, team 1 and team 2, and I will give you these ingredients which are mentioned here. First team will get onion, second team will get onion also. Then first team will get tomato, second team will also get tomato. First team will get coriander, and instead of coriander, I am giving second team salt. And now, what is your task? You have to prepare a short and sweet recipe using these ingredients. Using these ingredients, you have to prepare a recipe and you have to serve this recipe to your friends. Okay, let's assume that you are cutting the onion, you are cutting the tomato, coriander, everything, and you are finished with your activity. All of you have done the cutting and mixing, all things you have done. Now tell me, which team will win here? Which recipe will be the delicious recipe here? Or which will be the tasty one? Would you like to give answer?
Tomato.
Which team will win? First team will win or second team will win?
Miss second team.
Correct. Exactly. Why the second team will win?
He will mix the salt.
Very nice. Very good. Very good answer. Because first team is not having salt and second team is having salt. And we know that each of our food item is having taste because of salt only. If we will not add salt to any of the food item, it will tasteless. It will be tasteless. It will not be delicious. Okay. So the salt is the very important ingredient of our daily meal. We cannot eat our food without salt. See, from where do we get this salt? We know that we get the salt from ocean. from sea. See, these are the pictures of salt pans. Salt pans means what? Salt pans means the places where we store the water, ocean water or sea water, and is the and the ground salt different reasons. There are different reasons behind it. What makes the ocean water salty? See, we know that all the rivers which are present on the earth, ultimately they meet to the ocean. Means they go to the ocean at the end. Here in this picture, you can see the rivers are flowing in the ocean. While flowing, the river carried dead remains of animals or the eroded lands, sediments from eroded lands or trees or bushes. All these things are carried with the river and it is deposited into the ocean. What happened with these things? Ultimately, these things which are deposited in the ocean because of the river, these things are converted into salt and minerals. Gradually, the process of decomposition converts these things into salt and minerals, and this makes the ocean water salty. This is the first reason behind the salinity of oceanic water. Now see the second one. We know that there are different types of animals or different types of living creatures which are there in the water, living in the water, living in the ocean water. But what happens if the animal die? What happens if the animal die? If the aquatic animal means what? The animal which is living in the water, it is called as aquatic animal. If the aquatic animal die, their remains accumulate in oceans. And in this process, the dead remains decompose, releasing various minerals and salts in the ocean water. Same process of decomposition is happening again over here. When the aquatic animal, any of the aquatic animal, it dies, then the dead remains of that animal, it decomposes in the oceanic water, and while the process is happening of decomposition, it releases various types of minerals and salts in the ocean water. Okay, this is the second reason behind the salinity of water. Now we will see the third reason behind the salinity of oceanic water. See, this is the picture of volcano. You may have seen the pictures or videos of volcano which is present on the earth. Same volcano is present inside the water also, inside the ocean also. And like the volcanic eruptions happen on the earth, same volcanic eruptions happen in the oceans, deep in the oceans also. And when these volcanic eruptions happen deep in the ocean, it releases different types of minerals, salts, ashes, as well as different types of gases. It releases different types of gases, and all these things are added to the oceanic water. And what is the result of it? All these things increase the level of salts and minerals in oceanic water. And if the level of salt and minerals is increased in the ocean, then it makes the water more salty. So these are the three reasons behind the salinity of oceanic water. Now, we have different units to measure the different things. For example, if we have to measure milk, which unit we will use? We will use liter. If we have to measure the speed, we will say that we will use the unit kilometer per hour. Likewise, if we have to measure the salinity of oceanic water, salinity means what? Salinity means what is the proportion of salt present in the ocean. That is called as salinity of that particular ocean. Means how much proportion of salt is present in that ocean is the salinity of that ocean. Okay. So to measure the salinity of ocean, a particular unit is used, and that unit is called as mils. MILS, mils. Okay. Mils is somewhat like percentage, but percentage we calculate on the basis of 100. But here, mils we consider 1000 particles per 1000. In percentage, we consider particles per 100. But in mils, we consider particles per 1000. That is the difference between percentage and mils. Okay. This is also the important point you have to remember. See, here you can see the picture of Dead Sea. Have you ever come through the word Dead Sea? Have you ever heard the word Dead Sea? Why it is called dead? Would you like to give answer why the sea is called dead? Can you guess? If you don't know the answer, you can guess. Why is it so? Otherwise, I will give the answer. Okay. See, why the sea is called as dead?
Yes,
Yes. Go ahead.
the sea is called dead because it has saltiness prevent microscopic aquatic organisms such as the fish and aquatic plants from living things in its drought. Minuscule quantity of bacteria and microbial fungi are present.
Okay. Good try. Okay. See, let us make it very simple. Here, we know that the different oceans has different proportion of salt. Means, if one ocean is having less proportion, then the other ocean will have the maximum proportion of salt. And that is called the salinity of ocean. The average salinity of oceanic water is 35 mils. Okay, the average salinity. But this sea, which is called as Dead Sea, this sea has maximum salinity, that is 332 mils. See, the average, what is the figure of average salinity? It is 35. But Dead Sea is having maximum salinity, that is 332 mils. Can you imagine so much of salt present inside the sea? A large quantity of salt and minerals present inside the sea water of Dead Sea. And because of that, No living thing can survive in that ocean. Not a single living thing can survive in that Dead Sea, and that's why it is named as dead. Okay, this is the reason behind the name. Because of the maximum salinity, no living thing can survive in that water. And so it is named as Dead Sea. Everyone understood this? Let's revise. See, in this lesson, this is a half part of our lesson and which points we have covered. First, we have learned about the hydrosphere. See, what is the hydrosphere? It is the layer of our... Yes, hydrosphere is the layer of our atmosphere which is having water, correct? So this is the hydrosphere. The living things also present inside the hydrosphere, and all the water bodies which are present on the earth are included in the hydrosphere only. And these water bodies means oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, groundwater, reservoirs, etc. Okay, this was the first point. Then the second point is 97.7% total global water is contained in the ocean. Means maximum portion of water is occupied by the ocean only. Then the main oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. These are the oceans which are present on the earth. And among all these oceans, which is the biggest one? Pacific Ocean. According to the area which is covered by the ocean, the biggest ocean is Pacific Ocean and the smallest ocean is Arctic Ocean. And we have seen that there is a diversity in the living world which is present in the hydrosphere. Means different types of creatures are living in the water also. Then we have seen the importance of salt in our day-to-day life. How we obtain the salt? We obtain the salt from seawater with the help of evaporation process. And these are the salt pans. Then we have learnt about the reasons behind salinity of oceanic water. Salinity means the proportion of salt present in the ocean water. That is called as salinity. And the unit to measure the salinity is mils. The average salinity of ocean is 35 mils. And these are the reasons behind the salinity of oceanic water. First one is the dead remains or the sediments carried out through the river and it get mixed into the ocean water. Then the second reason is when the aquatic animal die, it decomposes in the ocean water and resulting releasing the various salts and minerals. And the third one reason is volcanic eruptions, which also releases gases, salts, and minerals in the ocean water. These three are the reasons behind oceanic water. Okay. Then our last point was Dead Sea. Why it is called Dead Sea? Because it is having the maximum salinity, that is 332 mils. This is the all the things we have covered in this lesson. Okay. Now I will ask you some questions. You have to give answers. Okay. First one is, which is the biggest ocean on the earth? Which is the biggest?
Pacific Ocean.
Correct. Correct. Very good. Pacific Ocean is the biggest ocean on the earth. How much percentage of the total global water is contained in ocean? How much percent? Second question is, how much percent of the total global water is contained in ocean?
Miss 71%.
71% is water present on the earth.
Ma'am, 100%.
Miss 79%. 79%.
Wait a minute. Let me answer this, okay? 71% water is present on the earth, but from that water, 97.7% is ocean water and remaining is the drinking water, okay? 97.7%. Now my last question to you is, which sea is known to have the maximum salinity? Which sea is known to have the maximum salinity?
Dead Sea.
Very good.
Southern
Very
Ocean.
nice. Dead Sea. Dead Sea is known to have the maximum salinity, and because of that maximum salinity, no living creature can survive in the water of Dead Sea, and that's why it is named as Dead Sea. Okay. So I hope all of you have understood these points. Now, this is your homework. This question I am giving you for homework. Which items does man get from the oceans? This is the homework. Means you have to list various things which we get from the oceans. Okay? Everything is clear to you? All of you have understood all the points? Hello? All of you have understood?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So here we will end our lesson now. Thank you all of you. Thank you for listening, and all of you please stay safe. Bye everyone.